Did you know that 85% of employees are disengaged? Is corporate life still worth it? Okay, so this is a little different. Oh, and hello. Yes, I know I've been a stranger for a cute minute. I won't talk about why I've been missing, but I'm back, and that's what matters. Anyway, so I went on LinkedIn, I found this post.
So the post pretty much is talking about someone who she found herself not sure about proceeding with a job that ticked all the boxes and even had a higher pay, but she found herself not applying for it because she found other joys. She's happy doing other projects, she's happy pet sitting, and she's also happy doing a side business. So it just really resonated with me.
I was like, I have the resources. I might as well use my time to research more on this. So the objective of this video is to critically examine the traditional 9-to-5 corporate job model, exploring whether it remains a viable and fulfilling career path in today's rapidly changing work landscape. We're also going to highlight both the benefits and the drawbacks of the corporate environment. I hope that this video will help you, the viewer, to make an informed decision about whether this is something that you want to follow through, or if you're going to also consider other options. People have, different reasons for pursuing like a 9-to-5. So it would be salary or passion. For example, I would say for me and even my partner and a lot of people that I know, they are showing up to work primarily for salary.
You know, when people talk about living paycheck to paycheck and how living paycheck to paycheck is unsustainable and, like it's not a good way to live and blah, blah, blah. Have you tried living invoice to invoice? Have you ever lived invoice to invoice? You don't know when or if you're gonna get paid. You don't know if you're gonna get paid in a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year, ever. Living invoice to invoice, hell.
There's people that are there because they're very passionate about the roles that are being offered in the 9-to-5. So you can find someone that, for example, is a data analyst, or someone that's very passionate about human resources. So they will go for that. Another reason would be prestige and social status. Who doesn't want to be called a manager, a head of? Yeah. So, if this is making the job opportunity very attractive, why not? Also, some people, they go there for the company culture, a good, well-established culture that is very big, especially on the DEI section. They feel very much, accepted, comfortable working there because they know they will not be discriminated. They know that the environment is very much welcoming. So this is why they would go for that opportunity. Please ask yourself before choosing a 9-to-5, what attracts you?
In conclusion, this chapter sets the foundation for evaluating whether a corporate job is the right choice. Before embarking on a corporate career, you must consider what you truly need and desire from your work. This includes things like salary, career prestige, company culture, work-life balance, and personal passions. Consider which is most important to you before pursuing a career. While salary is often a big motivator, many people are also attracted by the stability and benefits that come with the traditional corporate positions. However, understanding the cost of sacrificing personal time and passion is equally important, as in the long run it may lead to job dissatisfaction.
A lot of us, for example, we are attracted by the job security, the structuredness, the career growth, the benefits, and the professional development opportunities. So let's tackle the fear factor. So I found this interesting article. It says, I had a conversation with some friends recently. We all wondered why we ended up with somewhat mediocre jobs despite our reasonable intellect. This might sound arrogant, but it is not intended to be. Intellectual isn't used in any pejorative sense, just as a mental inclination and predisposition. We think we know why. The corporate world isn't made for intellectual, reflective people to succeed. It's a game created by go getter types, the people who are skilled at managing upwards and downwards. Leaders don't need to be intellectual, they just need to be people smart, ambitious, and driven, and I am not. Sure, my corporate experience helped me to fix some of that. The meetings, cajoling, negotiations, and presentations gave me some people and communication skills, but I always felt like an imposter and a giant conman. I was never building on my strengths and interests, only fixing my weaknesses, and that is the problem with the corporate mold. If you don't fit, there is something wrong with you to be fixed. So every time someone asks me where I see myself in 5 years, my honest answer is that I want to start my own thing. I want to have my own gig. So why I found myself drawn to Alvin's story is because I also kind of resonated with what happens, for example, if your individuality or if your personality doesn't really easily align with what is required in order to progress in the career path of a corpo. Of course, a lot of people are left easily laid off, they are left easily even traumatized because they are told that they are not good enough or they are not, they are not ticking the boxes, and it leaves a mark in them in that they are feeling undervalued or underappreciated, and this can be very, very damaging to someone's self-esteem and just their psychological their mental health, sorry. So I would say, especially people that deal with, like, let's say ADHD, or people, for example, that are very much introverted and they just want to mind their own business and not be into that, and they only have the skill set that are for corporate spaces. What happens to them? Where do they go? So now that's why we're seeing a lot of people right now online are becoming their own entrepreneurs, because they're very tired. They're very tired of giving up what they cherish the most, or just a part of themselves, to fit into this shoe which is not really for them. So yeah, for me personally, I've been finding myself a lot of the situations where I did everything that I can and it still wasn't enough. And just the scary part of it is that a lot of corporate settings have this, like, similar structured way of rules, of things to do to go up and up, and some of us are actually struggling, and it's not that we are doing it intentionally, this is just our personality. What could be scary for people to go for a 9 to 5? It would be the corporate politics, for example. Corporate can also be a very competitive environment where, for example, a certain employee is like hoarding information in order to, like, be above other people. Other people are, let's say, smooching to the boss. There's so many, there could be also some favoritism. So knowing what you know right now, is corpo for you attractive or does it scare you? How have you advanced in your corporate journey in a way that you feel authentic to yourself, you feel very fulfilled, you feel happy, and if you have chosen to go a different path other than corpo, what is it specifically that made you differ from that path? I would really like to hear from you guys. Life in the corporate world offers both enticing benefits and daunting challenges. On one hand, it provides job security, career growth opportunities, and a structured environment. On the other hand, it is often associated with burnout, lack of creativity, and the fear of monotony. Many are attracted to the idea of climbing the corporate ladder and achieving financial success, but the realities of long hours, office politics, and pressure to conform can make it an unappealing choice for others. This chapter examines both the positive and negative aspects of corporate life to better understand why some thrive in this environment while others seek alternatives. managers are a huge factor, especially when it comes to job satisfaction. Managers are our mentors at work, right? They help us, every day. They ensure that we meet our goals. They also set the day-to-day tasks for the team. They are the ones that are conducting the weekly huddles, telling us where the business priorities are. They are the ones that are the go-to when we feel stuck or unsure about how to proceed with certain situations. They're the ones that we are having our yearly conversations with. Is it the yearly performance conversation with, the or the quarterly conversations with? So they do play a huge part. And a good manager, for example, will be someone that they help you achieve your career goals, in that they offer you advice. If they see you go off track, they will help you realign. A good manager is someone that also knows how to deal with people, right? There are people managers. Not anybody can just be a manager. They should know how to deal with people's skills, capacities. And in my opinion, I feel like a good manager is someone who, even with the weakest team player, they're able to help them catch up. They don't use the weakness of people against them, but they use that to their advantage in team building as a whole. A good manager is someone who respects the autonomy of workers as well, because we don't want a micromanaging manager. We don't, right? So if you have a good manager, they will ensure that your time at work is very good, enjoyable, someone that you can also hold accountable when things go wrong, and you should be able to rely on them. Also, importantly, it should be someone that offers a good psychological safety. You don't want someone yelling at you. You don't want someone that is micromanaging you. You don't want someone that makes you feel small or your contributions are small. You don't want someone that's playing favoritism in the team. You don't want someone who uses your lack of being a team player against you. They should be okay with your space, right? So there's different types of leadership skills, and I think especially during the interviews, it's good to ask questions that will help you gauge if the person you're going to be working for or under is going to manage you well, or if you're going to have a hell time. How did you get training in order to become the manager that you are? What are your weaknesses, or what were the challenges that you faced as a team leader? Things like this, and you can understand a little bit better. In my opinion, not everybody has the skill to be a good leader. There are people that are employed and they turn into bosses. So find a leader, someone that would make you feel like, I would work for this company forever under this person's leadership, because they didn't just lead me, but they showed me that work can be pleasant and very stimulating, and it can be very, very rewarding, especially if you're under a very good management system. The role of managers in corporate environment cannot be overstated, as they often serve as the gatekeepers to a fulfilling or frustrating corporate career. A supportive manager can foster employee growth, job satisfaction, and a positive work environment, while a toxic leader may cause frustration, burnout, and disengagement. This chapter explores how leadership style directly impacts employee morale, career progression, and overall satisfaction in the workplace. It also highlights the importance of finding the right leadership fit when navigating the corporate world. It's not surprising that a lot of people are starting to find the whole job application process daunting and even discouraging enough to walk away from going to a 9 to 5 corporate jobs. They prefer to just create their own path because they are really sick and tired of seeing the rejection emails flagging their inbox. So right now, especially on LinkedIn, it's very popular to see somebody or LinkedIn posts that are going very viral with thousands and thousands of engagements and reposts, where someone is saying how they are on the verge of being homeless or poor, and they've spent 1 year plus or something just applying for jobs with no success. So it's just one of those things that is quite daunting, especially for the mental health. And so, the frustrations of the online application process right now, a lot of people are experiencing it. A lot of CVs are disappearing into the ether. And as somebody that has also worked on the other side of the receiving end of job applications, I can also say how I always feel disheartened having to reject a CV or not proceeding with an interview. There are definitely a lot of reasons why job applications are not going through successfully. The opportunities are scarce and the number of applicants are many, especially for companies like City. If you've seen like job descriptions for City, they're very friendly. Like they're very, I can say anybody is encouraged to apply. So it's not just for the already experienced people. So when you have opportunities like that, it's not surprising that the one job post has over 100 applicants, and out of 100 applicants they have to narrow down to one person for that position. On top of that, I've not personally experienced this, but there was a trend recently where companies have also been known to post ghost jobs. I cannot 100% say that I've encountered one and seen like this is definitely a ghost job, but if you do the research online, there's a chance that you've seen that there are companies that are posting jobs without the intention of actually hiring, for whatever reasons that they do that. But these resume black holes, where people are sending their CVs, it's just very discouraging. And at the end of the day, people even just the job application process itself is just not good enough anymore to attract people to keep coming back to the conventional 9-to-5 jobs. It's not surprising also that some people are discouraged in that a lot of positions are getting filled by people that were recommended, or if not recommended, they are getting more opportunities from networking versus the traditional way of cold application. So some people feel discouraged as well. Also, I've received a cold email in my LinkedIn of someone asking me that they've done everything, but things haven't worked out for them in terms of getting a job, and I had to just advise them to go around the job market. If the doors are closed for you, then try to make a door for yourself. Also, AI, artificial intelligence. Right now, there is a lot of AI biases when it comes to screening, and not just that, but even some people have gone ahead and tailored their CV to be applicant tracking system friendly, but unfortunately they still are not successful. So the odds are again feeling more like they're stacked against the applicant. And when you think about these things, it just kind of makes you feel like why am I putting my time and resources trying to find a job when they'll never look this way? So I might as well find something else. So just wrapping up this chapter 4, I would say you can try to stand out in a saturated job market in different ways. First things first, you shouldn't keep knocking if the doors of opportunities is not opening. What I mean by that is, if you've applied for more than 200, 300 jobs and nothing seems to be happening for you, I would say you can go online and search for freelance opportunities that are online. I've made videos previously in the same channel about side hustles, which you can find. Feel free to look up those videos. Also, there are platforms like Upwork. I'm an Upwork expert when it comes to applying for Upwork opportunities. So at a fee of $20 per hour, you can always reach out to me and I can train you how to have a successful Upwork application, because Upwork, for me personally, I like it. It's very freelance based. Like, you can work anywhere in the world. You have a contract with another employer and that's it. So there's a lot of autonomy in your work style preference. On top of that, Upwork also, you can have the option of being paid on a weekly basis or upon completion of a project. So it's really up to you. And Upwork also ensures that you are paid. On top of that, you can be doing other things, like you can start your own daycare services. You can also offer to pet sit. You can also utilize your cooking or baking skills at home. On top of that, you can also market yourself. What I mean by that is do a cold email, not even cold, make it warm. What I mean by making it warm is you wanna write to corporates and tell them that you're willing to start the first, for example, 3 months working at a cheaper, like a more cheaper rate than they would hire someone. And if they're happy with your services, then they can pay you after the 3 months of probation the full amount that you would like. Alternatively, you can offer to do for them a service for free, and if they like it, then they can go forward and give you a contract. On top of that, you can highlight how hiring you takes away the burden of having to file for taxes, because you'll be doing your own taxes, right, as a freelancer. So it can be a business-to-business contract. So you can always do that. I advise someone on LinkedIn to try that. I hope that it works for her, because she wrote to me that she tried to apply for jobs. She's done everything, made her CV ATS friendly, and still nothing. So she was asking me for tips, and this is what I could come up with. So yeah, apologies, I need to cough. So in a very saturated job market, especially now, for example, I remember I came to Poland in 2018. And at that time, having English skills, you could get jobs left, right, center. 2024, a lot of people, we have so many foreigners here right now that are speaking English. The locals have improved their English language skills as well. So they are really like, because there was a time when in Poland, even on the streets, when you would talk to like a Polish person, they would stare at you like they understand maybe some English, but they don't know what to say. Right now, a lot of them are speaking fluently, which is a really great thing to see right now. And on top of that, they're also part of the workforce, or they are citizens, so they are part of the workforce here, right? So the competition has increased. The job market is saturated. So I usually say also try to learn a language. Languages will save you, not a language that like English, because a lot of countries people are speaking English now. Try to learn French, try to learn German, try to learn Spanish, try to learn Arabic, or whatever you see in the job market that is working. Yeah, I hope that this will make your odds be more favorable, let's say. Oh, and the good thing about being in a language type of role where there's not a lot of people speaking that language, low-key, but this is just my, like my let's say cheat sheet. It's known that people that speak these languages are harder to replace because the market doesn't have so many. So if you speak a foreign language that is hot on the market, like Germany, in a German speaking country, you're probably gonna be kept much longer, or you're much more secure. Of course, don't break the bag, don't abuse the bag, don't misbehave, just do what you need to do. But you're more secure job-wise if you have a rare skill.
The job application process, especially in large corporate organizations, is often criticized for its inefficiency and lack of personalization. Despite the growing reliance on online applications and AI-based screening tools, many applicants find themselves lost in a resume black hole where their credentials never receive proper attention. This chapter delves into the pros and cons of the current job application model, examining how networking, automated systems, and traditional application methods contribute to shaping the hiring process. It also offers practical tips for navigating these challenges to increase the chances of landing a corporate job.
First of all, I just want to say a huge congratulations to myself, because I never thought I would make it this far. It's the very first time that I'm doing a deep dive video, so I hope I'm doing well. Please leave a like just to give me more morale to put out more content like this. But yeah, I'm very thankful, especially for the people that still tune in to watch me. So please subscribe, and please leave a like and leave a comment. It really helps. Of course, I don't like to let's say I don't like to focus on the engagement aspect of my videos, because for me this is just more of a passion, a side thing that I'm doing, and I could do it for free. So engaging with it really helps and it's appreciated. I do not take it for granted, those of you who have stuck by me. So first of all, I would like to tackle personal definition of success. For you, a lot of life satisfaction is based on what you find joys in. So if you find yourself happy about life when you have attained a corporate job, then you're probably going to be more happy compared to someone who still they choose to make do with what life has given them. So you can just measure, for example, your success by other things, not job titles, salaries, and corporate milestones. There's so many things. There's people who are, for example, offering tutoring services and they are killing it in the game. You don't have to have 100 students to say that you're successful. I remember there was a time where, for example, I was doing one-to-one, just helping people with their CVs, coaching them, doing career coaching, just helping them do job applications. And I remember that satisfaction feeling of just helping one person. It really made me feel like I have a purpose on this earth. And by the way, on the side note, I do offer that services. So if you want to book a one-to-one session with me and you want to have someone to coach you with job applications, CV tailoring, and my most favorite of all is practicing with job interviews. I love job interviews. They really stimulate me. So if you want someone to help you with accomplishing interviews, then I'm the person. I pride myself in that most of the job interviews that I have done, I have reached second or third stage. Maybe one or two in the past, I was only left in one first stage, and it's because they were looking for someone that was speaking the native Polish language. But the others, I killed it. I ate it, period. And I stand on that. I stand on business. The rise of the gig economy and freelancing is also another thing. Like, as I said earlier, utilize these platforms, Upwork. You can also utilize, for example, community. The people that you live around, for example, your neighbors, these people also can make a huge difference. I literally saw somebody on LinkedIn yesterday. They work at Visa. It's one of my connections here in Poland, LinkedIn connections. And he's a, I think, Zimbabwean immigrant. And he said that he's started his own cleaning service. So for around 40 PLN per hour, he will clean the apartment and do car washing services, if I remember correctly. So if you have any skill which you can offer your neighbors, even you can tutor for homework, you can write somebody's essay, you can also pet sit, house sitting as well, it's a thing. You can run errands. Also, you can sign up to work in freelance jobs, like you can be a career person for food companies. If you can drive, you can do Bolt or Uber. There's a lot of people who find fulfillment just from doing taxi. They don't want to go to corporates, they want to do taxi. So if this is something that you can try, please go ahead, utilize your time. Just because you're not the manager of a department doesn't mean that you're not a boss killing it out there. You are literally doing the most you can do and you're killing it. So keep up the good work.
As we live in a capitalistic society, the pursuit of financial gain often overshadows the search for personal fulfillment. However, an increasing number of individuals are seeking ways to define success beyond just their paychecks. This chapter explores the growing shift towards alternative work models such as freelancing, gig work, and entrepreneurship, as well as the rise of side hustles and passion projects. It discusses how individuals can achieve greater satisfaction by aligning their work with personal values and seeking fulfillment in ways that go beyond traditional corporate roles.
So pretty much this sums up this video. If there is anything that I have missed out, please do let me know in the comment section. I'm no longer feeling compelled or the need to go back to corpo as desperately as I was a few years ago, because I'm now realizing that I find purpose in other things. There's so many things I can do with my time, and I can find validation in myself rather than trying to prove to myself or to other people that I am deserving of rewards or success in life. I'm finding satisfaction in just creating and carving my own path.
In conclusion, the traditional 9 to 5 corporate job model is no longer the only path to success. While it offers stability, benefits, and a structured career trajectory, the changing nature of work, the impact of leadership on morale, and the pursuit of personal fulfillment suggest that individuals have more options than ever before. Whether one chooses the corporate route or explores alternative career paths, the key is to align work with personal values and goals to achieve the true satisfaction and well-being. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.